All right, Salaki. So I'll make that first portion go up. Somebody had called me. But yeah, so you got all right, you got the commander, all right. It's like, all right, we as the messengers, all right, we come out here to let you know the things that's going on, all right, out here in the world. Sorry, I gotta cut that part. Um, but we let you know the things that's going on out here in the world, man. All right, and that's what we do. All right, we like the people that's like on the watchtower. We let you know all the events that's happening. All right, everything that's going on. All right, all the brothers. All right, they, I can say of GMS. You know what I'm saying? They do their thing. You know what I'm saying? Everything they go into the scriptures, go into the history of it, go into the current events. Because God be into the current events because the prophecies is very important to what type of times that we moving in. All right, especially that they already have this digital ID. All right, that's out there in Vietnam. Now it's over there in the UK. All right, so they already preparing their family to already. They already, you know what I'm saying? It's gradualism to lead up to what? To that chip. All right, so we out here to let you know, all right, that you gotta, that we warning you to make sure that you're gonna be good throughout this thing, man. Make for Lord willing that you be cool throughout this, because you gotta repent. You know what I'm saying? You gotta repent and walk in this way that the Lord told us to walk in. If you're not about to walk in that way, you know what I'm saying? You're just gonna be destroyed. Ain't no other way to say it. You know what I'm saying? You at least gotta try. Make a huge effort and don't try. Don't do something that you say you're gonna do it and don't do it. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of our people that's hypocrites or be procrastinators. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what that be about. You know what I'm saying? But how can you procrastinate on the Lord, but He got all this love and mercy for you? You know what I'm saying? So again, Isaiah 55:4 says, "Behold, I have given him for a witness to the people, a leader and a commander to the people." All right, and that's what it is. You come out here, put up the lessons day in, day out. All right, constantly. All right, watching, doing. All right. The scriptures say, uh, "Blessed is he that I find so doing." Basically, upon his arrival. All right, because when he come back, you wanna be doing something good. You don't want to be doing something wicked. All right. This is John, right? Saint John, and like what I said, these pastors ain't gonna let you know. John chapter 15, verse 1, it says, "I am the true vine, and the Father is the husbandman." It says, "Every branch in me," it says, "that beareth not fruit, he taketh away, and every branch that breaketh fruit, he purgeth it." All right, that it may bring forth more fruit. All right. So the thing is, when you out here on the highways and byways, all right, or when you doing lessons and stuff like that, because a lot of people now we into, of course, we are in the future. All right, so everything is digitalized, as you can see. All right, so a lot of people, instead of like a lot of people don't go outside no more. If you notice, people don't read, like they might go to the store, walk to the store, something like that. But a lot of times, people just in their box all day. They ain't really trying to be social, not try to really talk to anybody, anything like that. All right, so when you be out here on the highways and byways now, it's not as many people that be coming up now compared to as many people. You know what I'm saying? Depending on your location as well. All right, but yeah, though. So like when you come out here, when people come up or whatever, and you give that word, Lord willing, like the scriptures have said. Apollos is water. What's that? Slovakia. Hold on. All right. It says Apollos of water. All right. So just to give you like just a quick one. Let me see though. First Corinthians chapter 3, verse 5. It says, "Who then is Paul, and who is Apollos?" It says, "But ministers by whom ye believe, even as the Lord," all right, Yahabashim Yahushua, "gave to every man." It says, "I have planted, Apollos water." All right, but the Most High gave the increase. So if you come out here, you know what I'm saying, or if you're sincere in this thing, you know what I'm saying, you really trying to seek the Lord, then it's up to the Lord to give you that. All right, right? Just like in let me go back. This is John chapter 15, verse 16. It says, Salakia, hold on. That's Luke, Salakia, Salakia. John, John. It's John chapter 15 and verse 16. It says, ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you. All right. It says, and ordain you that ye should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain. That whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it you. All right. So that's the whole thing, and then from there you just all right, take that truth, and you add it upon your life. All right, and you change your life throughout, because that's your new life. All right, so you gotta adapt to that. All right, the truth don't have to adapt to you. You gotta adapt to it. Right, especially if it's made presented to you. All right, you get some people that try not to even do that. All right. Anyway, let me get this. All right, this wisdom of Solomon. All right, chapter 6, uh verse 25. It says, receive therefore instruction through my words, and it shall do you good. All right, so the prophets. All right, you got the men of the Lord that's out here. All right, proclaiming this truth to you. Then you know the gospel, and then you know that the times that we're moving in is super wicked. All right, you already got what's that up there in Chicago and Portland. It's all kinds of things going on. All right, it's crazy. All right, to say the least. All right, I heard it was telephone, not telephone. They was in the helicopters and they had threw the ropes out. All right, had went down on the roof and had ended up like doing like a whole mission on some people. You know what I'm saying? Had ended up getting some little ones, probably like six of them, and that's ICE. Okay, and we be trying to tell you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. We've been telling y'all they coming. After when they come from the northern tribe, so-called Latinos and Native Americans, they coming for you, so-called Negroes. All right, they was going for them Haitians at first. All right, but they was talking about cats and all this, and you seen the one dude with a swan. You seen one dude with a swan, then they said all Haitians is eating witch colors and stuff. You see what I'm saying? So like, a lot of stuff be programmed. All right, a lot of things that they show be propagated. All right, just everything. A lot of things is propagated. Okay, let me grab this. This John, Saint John. All right, Saint John chapter 15. All right, in verse 3, it says, now ye are clean through the word which I have spoken unto you. You see how that go? So again, when you be out there on the highways and byways as a man of the Lord, and when you're doing these lessons, when you study and doing these lessons, hey man, eventually somebody's gonna get that. All right, somebody gonna end up getting it, and then they gonna be, they're gonna be enlightened to it, and they're gonna actually know and see what's going on and who they are as a person. All right, because for a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American, you just following the next trend or something. All right, whatever Esau promote for folliness, all right, or for wickedness. All right, it's gonna sound goofy as shit. That's why I said the music shall be brung low. I forget what the scripture is, quoting it. Um, but it says music shall be brung low. All right, the grinding shall cease, and the music shall be brought low. And the music is low. The music is fucking terrible. All right, the music is terrible. Society is terrible. Food is terrible. Every time I come out here, you always hear me say it. I say, the food is, you know what I'm saying, is everything corrupted. All right, everything is tainted from the food to the air you breathe to water you drink to whatever is in your body, bro. It's like even like when you wake up, go to sleep, whoever you meet, you know what I'm saying? Like everything is just messed up. That's why you got body aches. You don't know what type of things you put in your body and stuff. You try to eat the best things you can. You know what I'm saying? You living in hell as Jake. So Jake just try to follow the next trend. You know what I'm saying? He just try to sustain his life, but he starts to become complacent. All right, it's not no time to be complacent in this thing. All right, you're supposed to be studying, man. All right, you're supposed to take this very seriously once you receive this word. That's what it's all about, bro. You know, and of course, you know, like some people be like, "Oh man, well, they always serious." Well, we in some serious ass times. You know, all the hee hee ha ha shit out basically out the window. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you know, brothers laugh at a thing or two, or you know, might have a drink, but other than that, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's getting worse and worse, and we just see it. All right. And these people think that everything gonna go back to normal, and it's not. None of this is going to go back to normal. All right. None of this is going back to normal. Okay. None of this is going back to normal. All right. It's just going to increase. And it's going to get worse and worse until Yahweh Shem Shah come back to destroy this place, deliver the elect, destroy this place. All right. Um. So let me get my next one. You know, there's been a lot of things on my mind too lately. I've been trying to put up. I've been, you know, trying to put up. I've been doing my lessons and stuff. You know, I always continue to do my lessons, but you know, it's so many news. It's so much stuff on the news. If I do like if I do like 5 or 7 videos, it's still not enough. You know what I'm saying? Then if I go over, then you know YouTube will flag it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but it's so much information out there, and like you know a lot of protests and stuff like that that's going on around the world. They're not talking about, like, they're not putting that out there on TikTok. All right, the only way how you could really see it is by going to these other sites. All right, so anyway, but we in some real dangerous times. All right, and our people just don't understand that, man. This is Proverbs chapter 5 verse 1. It says, "My son, attend unto my wisdom and bow thine ear to my understanding, that thou mayest regard direction, and that thy lips may keep knowledge. For the lips of a strange woman," it says, "drop as an honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil." It says, "But her end is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword." All right, so you got these different philosophies. That, you know, a lot of I always, you know, this always come up because a lot of people debate over different man-made philosophies. All right, the scriptures say, if you don't speak according to this word, if you speak not according to this, it's because there ain't no light in it. All right, roughly paraphrasing. Okay, if you speak not according to this word, it's because there ain't no light in it. All right. So if you over there just coming up with your own ideas and you like, well, I think this and that happening. Well, how about you go to the Bible and you fact check it? All right. See if it line up with the prophecy. See what's going on. All right. Bible ain't just there just to be laying in your room for no reason. All right. But again, it says Proverbs 5:3. It says, "For the lips of a strange woman drop as a honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil." It says, "But her end is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword. Her feet go down to death. Her steps take hold on hell." It says, lest thou shouldest ponder the path of life. Her ways are movable, that thou canst not know them." All right, all right. So this word is powerful, man. If you just, because hey, look, let me get this. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, man, they not understanding what's going on. All right, they gonna end up getting caught up out here or trying to go out in the blaze of glory or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Jake's silly. Jake gonna be like, "Well, I just get my 9 millimeter. Now I go do what I want to go do." Your ass will get flattened by a tank. This is Isaiah chapter 33, verse 6. It says, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation." All right. It says, "The fear of the Lord Yahweh is his treasure." It says, all right. So there you go, right? Because we going into some times it's about to be real bad out here. It's already bad. All right, sedition among men already. All right, this devil already making it that you able to only go with this because he's doing checkup spots. So if you don't have the digital, you know what I'm saying, you may not be able to attend this, that, and the other. Just like when the whole ID came out, you gotta have the star on your ID. All right, when that came out, everybody was lined up. All right, just like the CV-19, everybody was lined up for some fucking toilet paper. I knew that was a hoax. You know what I'm saying? But it's just certain things that people just be running into, and it's just like wow. But they setting up this system so then they can already have you in this. So then it's just gradually just adding you to it. So then before you know it, you don't even know that you were part of it. All right. That's why you got the prophets out here that's telling you, all right, in these times. But Lord gonna make it to that we ain't gonna be out here for long. All right, we ain't gonna be out here. You know that because eventually the internet gonna shut down. There's too many people just coming out about this damn devil. It's in the blue and white. All right, the blue and white devils. All right, so they taking over. They already took over social media. All right, that's what it's about. All right, it's about control. All right, the more you speak about the truth, the more they want to silence you. That's the whole point of it. But the prophets, it don't matter. We gonna speak the truth until the day, hey, until that day be. You know what I'm saying? And that's our job, right? And hey, we get beat up for speaking the truth. People don't like the truth. All right, people like wickedness. People want to learn. People want to be like, all right, people just want to be so voluptuous. All right, with they self. People just want to be so pay attention to they self and really want to indulge in lustful type acts and wicked acts. All right, to fulfill their lust. All right, to fulfill their flesh. All right, just try to satisfy their flesh. And that's where our people go off at. All right, or what I'm saying, they end up hitting the brick wall, and then they end up being like, oh damn, now you 60 years old and you was like, or 50, 40, 50, 60 years old, and you was like, man, I should have been doing this, or you know what I'm saying, or I wish I would have been did this, or I wish, you know what I'm saying. So it's a lot of that's going on as well. All right, let me get this Proverbs chapter 7. All right, so this is Proverbs chapter 7 and verse 1. It says, my son, keep my words and lay up my commandments with thee. It says, keep my commandments and live. All right, and hey, that's there you go right there. So why would you even be eating shrimp, crab, lobster, all right, all kind, they say what, shellfish, all right, octopus and shit like that. Heathens eat that. Why you eating pigs and all kinds of wicked, I mean Salaki, all kinds of animals that you're not supposed to be eating. All right, the Lord told us what to do, but our people do what? They follow after the heathen. They always rule over every other heathen. That's why that's why Jake. All right, that's why Jake end up getting deleted. All right, he forget who his true power is. All right, what's that? What's that? It's Isaiah chapter 1 verse 3. It says, the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider. All right, what that align with? Okay, it's our people, man. Our people be gone. Our people be gone. All right, hold on, give me 2 seconds. And our people, man, even like when you tell them, even like a little bit of something, they just throw it out the window. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't for them. The ones that just throw it out the window and be like, oh well, he tripping. You know what I'm saying? He dressed like that. He a weirdo. Shit like that. Hey man, it be at the end of the day, they hey man, for y'all brothers that's out there on the highways and byways, man, one day they gonna be seeking you, man. You know, they gonna be seeking you. Salakia. I'm trying to find this. It's Hosea chapter 4 verse 6. It says, yeah, it says, "My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge." It says, "Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me." It says, "Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children." All right, and that's exactly so. There you go. All right, the Lord, because our people went so fucking low, and they ain't trying to seek out the Lord. They think the Lord is a white man. All right, a fucking Edomite. He's not even white, man. He's red. All right, he's red. All right, just like this book. He's more red like this book than anything. Or hey, this is like a darker red, right? But yeah, all right. But you see, man, our people just gone. All right, our people gone. All right, let me grab this. It's Psalms chapter 50 and verse 16. It says, "But unto the wicked, the Most High saith, What hast thou to do to declare my statutes? Or what thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth?" All right, because you got these devils that be trying to use the scriptures, all right, or try to use the Bible or Christianity as a whole, all right, which Christianity is down the fucking river, all right, it's in the abyss, all right, but what they do is they make you swear on the Bible when you go to court and all these other things, but they don't go by the Bible. All right, they're not the people of the book. All right, they the wicked. All right, they just the wicked. They got their part, but they just the wicked. All right, just like it said, like it says, how can a leopard change the spots? I believe you can't. A leopard can't change the spots. Like I can't wake up tomorrow and be Chinese. I can't wake up tomorrow and be Arab or a so-called Ishmaelite. I can't wake up tomorrow and be an East Indian. I can't wake up tomorrow and be a Mexican. All right, so-called Mexican. It's correct. All right, can't do that. It says, verse 17, "Seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee." All right. Now going back to our people, hey, you know what I'm saying? For Jake always cast the word right behind him. All right. Even if he has the book, all right, even if he has it, he still take it and cast it behind him. All right. Backsliding, that's what backsliding, all right. That's why the scriptures always say that. All right, because Israel, because the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans always just do whatever they flesh want to do, and that's why their bodies look crazy. That's why a lot of our people bodies look crazy. All right, all right. That's wisdom of Solomon, you know. But I mean, people age too, but you gotta stay. You at least stay in shape a little bit, eat right. Our people don't eat right. That's the problem. They don't eat right. They sit down and eat Cheetos all day and teach their young they teach their young ones eat all kinds of abominations. That's why it says that's why the one scripture says uh, uh, she shall bring forth monsters. All right, I believe I think it say a mistress woman or a monstrous woman or something like that shall bring forth monsters. All right, that's why you got all these little demons. All right, only thing they know is straight up just like death. You know what I'm saying? Because why? It's promoted. All right. That's every time everything that you look on TV, everything is just promoted. homosexuality, a whole bunch of just abominational, a whole bunch of just abominable things, and our people just flock to it like flies on shit for no reason. All right, it's fucking disgusting. This Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 12. It says, "Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteousness, because he is not for our turn." It says, "And he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraideth us with our offending the law." All right. It says, "An objective to our infamy, the transgressions." All right, the transgressings of our education. Okay. And I wish I could get into GNT, but I ain't hooked up to the Wi-Fi. Let me grab this though. Go to the second Thessalonians. Right? Like I said, it's a whole bunch of things going on in the world. You know, tsunamis. It was the tsunamis, but they curved. You know, that was like what, a week or two ago. That had made a curve. Let me grab this. This is Second Thessalonians, right? Chapter 2 and verse 8. It says, "And then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming." All right, it's gonna be all hell. Okay, it's gonna be hell, man. It's it got to get worse before you come back, though. You gotta remember that, so you can only imagine how bad it's really gonna be. All right. Second Thessalonians chapter 2 and I'll start at 2. It says that ye be not shaken in mind, or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter, as from us, as that the day of Hamashiach is at hand. All right, just like they say in the Apocrypha. All right, it says, don't be. It's a scripture just like this. It says, don't be offended by the words I speak unto you. I forget how it is. You know what I'm saying? I had to grab it. But anyway, I got so many scriptures in my head. Second Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 3. It says, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall come." All right, just like we've been telling you about Jeremiah 30 and 7. All right, because a lot of people say that's not gonna happen. Well, what's going on right now? All right, what's been going on this whole year? This whole year has been what? Jeremiah 30 and 7. Let's get it. All right, yeah, we about to wrap it up soon. Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7, it says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It says, it is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." All right, so you so called Negroes, Latinos, or Native Americans, in order to be saved out of this destruction, all right, before all this wicked device shit that Esau got going on, this self-proclaimed white man got going on, all right, you need the only way how you gonna be able to have some type of hope is by your best bet is by listening listening to the prophets. All right, starting off with the elders and apostles of great millstone on down, who teaches likewise doctrine. Okay, listening to the true prophets. All right, that's it. Okay, that repenting, getting right, studying. You know what come with the rest. I ain't got to keep reiterating myself. Sometimes people just new. They may see this video or it may come around this. All right. So Second Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 3 again says, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, or except there come a falling away first, that that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition." All right, we know who that is, right? But this Jeremiah 30 and 7, it says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even a time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." I had to go back to it. People don't be getting that. All right, let me get this Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 and 13. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 and 13. It says, he professeth to have the knowledge of the Most High, and he calleth himself the child of the Lord. Yahweh Shem Yahushua. It says he was made to reprove our thoughts. He is grievous unto us, even to behold. It says, for his life is not like other men's, his ways are of another fashion. It says, we are esteemed of him as counterfeits. It says, he abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness. He pronounceth the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh his boast that the Most High is the Father. All right, exactly. Okay, that's there you go. Okay, I also wanted to grab. Um, Even when you go to that word abstain too, let's grab this. This is Luke. Luke. It's Luke chapter 4, verse 5. It says, and the devil, taking him up into an high mountain, showed unto him all the kingdoms of the world in a moment of time. All right. Now, you know, that's when that's talking about Yahweh Shai. Okay. I get the Psalms after this too. Anyway, continuing. Luke 4 and verse 6, it says, and the devil said unto him, all his power will I give thee, and the glory of them. It says, for that is delivered unto me. It says, and to whomsoever I will give it. It says, if thou therefore wilt worship me, all shall be thine. All right. Verse 8, it says, and Yahweh Shah answered and said unto him, get thee behind me, Satan, for it is written, thou shalt worship the Lord thy power, and him only shalt thou serve. All right. So think about this. Once again, you in this world, you got a whole bunch of wicked things that's going down. All right, a whole bunch of just pure chaos and stuff like that. You got people just actually like you got some of our people just actually wanting to get up, hold arms, and go against Esau Edom, which is going to happen. You know what I'm saying? We see it's going to happen. We already in a recession, and a civil war is about to break out. It's already a mini one already going on. All right, throughout different states, it's just silent. All right, people really ain't doing that. All right, and a lot of times that's why it's best is to stay around for big groups and stuff. All right, but it's a lot of things, uh, just going down, man. All right, this devil doing a lot of things. Revelation 12 and 12. All right, hey, let me get it. You know, this devil, man, he own one. You know, this Revelation chapter 12 verse 12, it says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. It says, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. It says, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. All right. So Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, all right, he got only a little bit of time left. So that's why you got a lot of things that's going on, that's going down and stuff like that. You know, you just got the face of it, all right, PJT, just the face of it, all right. You just got a face. Right behind that is fucking elites with over trillions of dollars. All right, to just rule this place, literally. All right, that's just is what it is. All right, so it's like you gonna have to bow down and serve Esau Edom. All right, which is the devil. All right, the physical counterpart. All right, the devil just being deceiver. All right, you see how much he deceived our people and deceived a whole bunch of other nations. All right, even his own people. All right, this man is a true devil. All right, a true devil. Okay, so you gotta be wary of that, right? Let me get this though. This is Psalms chapter 92 and verse 6. All right. It says, "A brutish man knoweth not, neither doth a fool understand this." All right, that's why you got a lot of people just go up and down, pass by and shit, because they don't, you know what I'm saying? They don't take. They like, hey man, if you ain't selling hot dogs, fries, break dancing, or trying to shoot a music video, we don't want to partake in it. We don't give a fuck. Hey, it is what it is. You are gonna die at the end if you don't repent. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have a grievous death. You know what I'm saying? And that's just is what it is. All right, ain't no way around that. All right, ain't no way around that. Uh, Verse 7 it says, "When the wicked spring as the grass, and when all the workers of iniquity do flourish, it is that they shall be destroyed forever." All right, so there you go. All right, there you go. All right, these people, these Edomites and everything like that, man, they gonna be destroyed. All right, now for the brothers that's in this truth, and uh, doing the lessons and doing, doing your do, doing the doing what you need to do. Uh, we hope and pray that we gonna be protected in these times, man. Us and our family, you know what I'm saying? But if our family not right, then they gotta fucking go. They gotta go. All right, it's been plenty of incidents. I was just talking to motherfuckers. I was like, they just, they just don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Some people just don't get it at all. You know what I'm saying? At all. Like you might be trying to explain like a stumbling block to a lot of people is that everybody not gonna be saved. When you say that to somebody, they take offense to it. Like you want your slave master to be saved with you. What type of shit is that? You shouldn't. When you when you escape when Jake ran away back in the day, all right, from the oppressor, he was escaping so then he can hopefully be better off living because it was better off living with that motherfucker. You don't want to escape and be on another plantation or another you know what I'm saying, or another with the same or what with the same master. It's like dying with your enemy and going to it's like I don't know, you know what I'm saying? It's like always reincarnating with your enemy, which we have been spirit, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But it's just like it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But you got a lot of our people, man. They don't take heed to this, man. They just be like, it is what it is. Um, if it ain't what we about to eat today, what we about to do, I'm too busy. Everybody do all these things throughout the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Maybe Thursday, Friday, Saturday, they be going ham. Sunday they still be kind of going ham. Then that's when Monday comes, Tuesday, Wednesday. As soon as they hit Wednesday, they thinking about Thursday, Friday, like it's just the key to the gate. You know what I'm saying? Just to do wickedness. Instead of being like, well, let me go ahead out these days, let me take some time and study the scriptures, or let me listen to the men of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? This Psalms 37:10, it says, for yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Yea, thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. It says, but the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. All right, and that's all that we want. All right, we want peace. All right, verse 9 it says, for evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, all right, wait upon the Lord Yahweh, though, it says, all right, in all caps, when you see the word Lord in all caps means Yahweh. All right. It says, for evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord Yahweh, they shall inherit the earth. Okay. And hey, that's what that's what the mission is. All right. That's the mission, to live in peace instead of living in agony and pain Second Ezra chapter 7 verse 34 says, but judgment only shall remain. It says truth shall stand and faith shall wax strong. All right. And that's what all right. Now if you got this faith, you know what I'm saying, truth gonna start coming out. All right. And it's gonna get stronger and stronger because with me personally, it got stronger to the point I was like, I gotta come out here. But it was through the spirit. I was like, I gotta be out there teaching. I gotta do this. You know what I'm saying? That was my life. For what it is, for where I'm at. It is what it is. Every brother got their way. You know what I'm saying? But that was mine. All right. Every brother got their different way of how they came in and the things that they've been through. Okay. It is what it is. All right. Verse 35 though, it says, and the work shall follow, and the reward shall be sure. All right. It says, and the good deeds shall be a force, and the wicked deeds shall be no rule. All right. Ain't gonna be no wickedness, no more. Brothers gonna be able to chill, lay back. You know what I'm saying? Not worry about anything. You know what I'm saying? If in the kingdom, one of them heathens get out of line, it's they ass. You know what I'm saying? They not even gonna want to get out of line anyway. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna want to get out of line. So that really ain't gonna be a problem. All right. Let me get this Jeremiah. Okay. Like I said, we better start wrapping it up. Um, it's Jeremiah chapter 31 and verse 31. It says, behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was an husband unto them, saith the Lord Yahweh. It says, but this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord Yahweh. I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, and will be their power. All right, and they shall be my people. It says, and they shall no more teach every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, know the Lord Yahweh, for they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them, saith the Lord Yahweh. It says, for I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more. All right, so it's gonna come a point in time. All right, when Yahweh Shemi shall come back, all right, we be changed into new bodies, and you know what I'm saying. He gonna wipe the tears away. And we gonna be cool, man. All right, we gonna be good. We gonna already have the law in our. We ain't gonna have to teach our brothers this word. All right, we already gonna have it in us. All right, we just automatically living righteous. Beautiful. What a beautiful story. Think about it. Even though life's shitty, but think about it. Think about it, man. You know, I figured I was gonna get that. Let me get this. This Hebrews. I'm gonna go to 8 and 6. All right, this Hebrews chapter 8 and verse 6. It says, but now hath he obtained a more excellent ministry, by how much also he is the mediator of a better covenant, which was established upon better promises. For if that first covenant had been faultless, then should no place have been sought for the second. It says, for finding fault with them, he said, behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, out of the land of bondage. And we've been through various captivities. This is the last captivity. All right. It says, because they continue not in my covenant. It says, and I regarded them not, saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua. It says, for this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua. I will put my laws into their mind and write in their hearts, and I will be to them a power. All right, and they shall be to me a people, and they shall not teach every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, know the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua, for all shall know me, from the least to the greatest. All right, same thing is just like I said in Jeremiah 30. All right, I got a couple more precepts. All right, like two, three more. Hopefully, you don't cut off on that. All right, Baruch, Baruch. Um, this is Baruch chapter 4 in verse 35. For fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time. O Jerusalem, look about thee towards the east, and behold the joy that cometh unto thee from the Most High. All right, so hey man, it's gonna be a kingdom that's about to be coming down here soon. All right, you can read that, in Peter, First Peter. All right, let me get this. This Baruch chapter 3, verse 35. It says, "This is our power, and there shall none other be accounted of in comparison of him." All right, it says, "He hath found out all the way of knowledge, and hath given it unto Jacob his servant, and to Israel his beloved." All right, so there you go. All right, so he gave his word to Israelites. Okay, let me grab this. This is Isaiah chapter 2. All right, Isaiah chapter 2 and verse 1. It says, "The word that Isaiah, the son of Amos, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem, and it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord Yahweh's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills." All right, so he's the one that's going to be exalted. It's going to be beautiful. "And all nations shall flow unto it, and many people shall go and say, Come ye, and let us go to the mountains of the Lord Yahweh, to the house of the Lord." It says of Jacob, the power of Jacob. It says, "And he will teach us his ways, and he will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord Yahweh from Jerusalem. And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks." It says, "Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall uh, they learn war anymore." All right, so when it's said and done, all right, after when the Lord come back and just destroy this place by the way of ICBM missiles, and the chariots, or what people call UFOs, UAPs, and stuff like that, all right, and all kinds of things. All right, this place is going to be desolate, and all the weapons that Esau Edom had, or all the things, all his devices, all that wicked stuff, is going to be completely wiped, completely off. All right, off the planet. All right, and nobody's going to have to be learned about this man wicked ways anymore. Okay, don't have to worry about war. It's just all about peace. Because when this devil breathes every second, he's trying to find out a way how to do some weird shit. They got a whole island, okay, where they had ended up taking, I guess this is alleged. I'm just saying this is allegedly they got an island where they took, samples of male, how can I say it, male fluids, and had ended up, you know, human male fluids, and had ended up mixing it and impregnating animals and mixing their DNA with animals, and they got a whole island that basically, if it was a failed experiment, or if the experiment worked, rather if it did or didn't, and they felt pity on it, then they could take it to the island, and they could just, so you got a whole island of just abominations. You know what I'm saying? Whole fucking earth is fucked. That's why the earth is mourning. All right, that's why the fish be having fucking three eyeballs and shit. Because Esau be dumping all that toxic ass waste. All right, it's Proverbs. We get Proverbs 29 and 2. And I'm going to close out with one more after that. All right. This is Proverbs. All right, chapter 29, verse 2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. All right, that's why our people, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking at a chick right now. She got her and her two kids. All right, she ain't got no car. You know what I'm saying? Fuck is going on? Our people messed up, backs fucked up. All right, all kinds of diseases, ailments. Our people die. But even though we still under the curses and things like that, but it just be like the way how you see everybody. It's just everybody is mourning. All right, not only our people, but these heathen nations and Esau, the wicked nation. All right, you got them all complaining. All right, it's a lot of things that people been doing. Physical things. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm just gonna say this: some things been happening with some blue and white people. All right, that's all. All right. So again, Proverbs 29 and 2, it says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. All right. So there you go. And that's why people, you know, they just like, oh, it is what it is. They don't want to hear this word or anything like that anyway. Let me grab this Wisdom of Solomon 6, chapter 6. Wisdom of Solomon. I went right to it. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, verse 24 says, but the multitude of the wise is the welfare of the world, and a wise king is the upholding of the people. All right. So you brothers, all right, that's out there and stuff like that. You go out there on the highways and byways and stuff like that. You're an example to the people, man. That you a king. That you're somebody. All right. At the end of the day, they may not see it, but the Lord see it. All right. So with that, Lord willing, man, this was edifying. All right, this was an edifying camp lesson. I'm gonna give all praise, honor, and glory going to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. All right, and until until next time, man. Make sure y'all look out on the news and stuff. Like I said, it's a lot of stuff that's going down. But until next time, Shalom. All right.